Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Mind Your Exam. In this video, we will perform a Python program to calculate the power of a number using recursion. Okay, so what you have to do is you have to write a recursive code to calculate the power of a given number. So the first step to performing or writing this program is to take the user input. Now I have taken one variable n which stores the number whose power has to be calculated, and I've taken a second variable p which asks the user to enter the power to which this particular number has to be raised so that we can compute the output. Okay, so you are taking two inputs from the user, the number and the power. Considering both the number and the power are integers, I have typecasted both these inputs into int data type, and they are stored in n and p variables respectively. Okay, so once we have this input from the user, then we will see how we can compute the power of a number recursively. So to calculate the power of a number recursively, or to write the recursive code, first you need to know what will be the base or the terminating condition for this recursion to stop. Only then you need to understand, or you will be able to relate how to perform the recursive program or to how to compute the power recursively. So what we are doing is, whenever we are calculating the power of a number, you will know that you have to stop when the value of p or power becomes 0, because any number raised to the power of 0 will return 1. So no matter what the user has input as the number, when the power is 0, you will have to return 1. So this is the base condition, or the condition where the recursive calls would stop. Now coming to the scenario, what will happen if the recursive call has to be executed? So when you are calling the function power n comma p, you are basically saying to the interpreter or the Python interpreter that if power is equal to 0, then the return value would be 1. Otherwise, what you have to do, you have to call power function again, but this time you will call the power function with the same number, but the value of p would be reduced by 1. And when you get the output of this recursive call, you multiply it with the number itself. So for example, if we have to compute the value 5 raised to the power 2, then what will you do? The value 5 is n, 2 is p. So to compute 5 raised to the power 2, you multiply 5 with 5 raised to the power 1. And to calculate 5 raised to the power 1, you multiply 5 with 5 raised to the power 0, and so on. So how are you calculating the power recursively? At each step, you are performing the multiplication of the number with the result that is obtained by raising that number to the power which is 1 less than the previous recursive call. Okay, so this is how you will execute the recursive code for calculating the power of a number. Now, to call this function, I have written these two statements where I have stored the result of the power function in the variable result, and then I have printed the result. So let's execute this code. When I execute this code, say I take the same example, I enter the number 5, and this time I enter the number power as 4. So 5 raised to the power 4 is 625. Okay, 5 into 5 is 25 multiplied by 25 again. So that is 5 raised to the power 4. Let's do, say, 2 raised to the power 0. It should return 1, because we have seen if the power is 0, then return 1, and so on. So this is the code for computing the power of a number recursively in Python. I hope you have understood the code. If you understood this example and it helped you a little, please let us know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Till we meet in the next video, mind your exam.